Welcome back to the Scholars in Blockchain International Symposium hosted by the British Blockchain Association. My name is Naseem Naqvi. I'm the founder and president of the British Blockchain Association and editor-in-chief of the JBBA. We are very pleased to host this world's first Professors in Blockchain Symposium. And we had some excellent sessions so far, really insightful um, talks from the speakers. So this forum is bringing leading blockchain academics on one platform to share their expert insights and guidance with us. We have 10 sessions, and this symposium is recorded. It will be available to delegates and speakers on demand afterwards. And the you can post your questions in the chat box. Chat is open. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask. We will invite speakers. Some of the speakers have not arrived for this session, but we will start with Larisa, and we'll have the speakers first, and then hopefully we have some time for questions towards the end of this session. As I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to post in the chat box. So with that, I would like to invite Larisa. Larisa, welcome. Please go ahead.
I'm delighted to be here. Very happy to see you, Professor Naseem. My name is Larisa Yarovaya, and I'm Associate Professor of Finance and Director of the Center for Digital Finance at Southampton Business School and the University of Southampton. And I'm also extremely proud to be on advisory board of the British Blockchain Association. So I started my career roughly around 2016 and actively transitions from international finance to the cryptocurrency and fintech field starting from 2017. Since then, I've published numerous papers in various academic journals. And one of the big parts of my mission in academia actually is to make the research results accessible beyond the academia and just to really reach out to the public, reach out to the general audience, and to explain quite complex terms in very simple way to ensure that all this knowledge are actually not buried in the academic papers, but getting out there and reaching the final beneficiary, which is our society at large and our people in the country and in the world. This also drives my active media engagement, and I really like to act as a media speaker on various platforms. I think this is very rewarding experience for any academic scholar because it gives you such a great outreach and a great channel for your impact maximization. Apart from the media engagement, I think my key priority is policy engagement as well, and I'm actively responding for various calls, consultations, launched by, for example, by Financial Conduct Authority. I also enjoy and attended various events organized by policymakers because I think this impact on the policy is absolutely critical for professors, for academic scholars, because only like this we can actually change something in the real world, in society at large, and help our industry to develop further. This motivation to bridge the gap between the academic world, industry, and policymakers also motivated me to create the first of its kind cryptocurrency research conference. We started in 2018, and now it's growing to become one of the niche key conferences in the field, which I'm very proud of. And we bring in scholars also from all over the world. So some of you maybe know me because of this conference, actually, from someone who attended this symposium. Also, I want to tell about another more hidden role that academics are doing. It's actually editorial roles that some of us taking and handling the papers of others, reading the papers of others, sending them for peer review. It's actually very hard, but critically important role that colleagues are doing in the field, because we are not only helping fintech and cryptocurrency research to go forward, we also maintaining the quality of this academic output and providing valuable suggestions to each other in arranging this peer review process. And of course, this role is also rewarding because we can observe various trends in the literature. We can see how which areas becoming more topical within blockchain and cryptocurrency and fintech domain. For example, currently myself, I'm working, as many others who presented today, on the synergy between artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, synergies between green and environmental finance and blockchain, and of course such topical areas as the survivability of stablecoins, central bank digital currency. And I want to highlight, and again probably echo what previous speakers also mentioned, that multidisciplinarity becoming a key. In the Center for Digital Finance, we're trying to embrace multidisciplinarity not only across different disciplines, across different schools, but also trying to drive the new agenda for multidisciplinarity in terms of enterprise engagement. I think this collaboration between academics and industry can really provide very interesting research results and really can help to push our field forward. So therefore, I'm really keen to prioritize enterprise policy engagement and, of course, academic citizenship to help each other, to network, to stay connected. And I look forward to establish any new collaborations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Larisa. That was excellent. Very nice summary. And I agree with you. Multidisciplinary approach is the key. Peer review is very important to build quality work. Thank you for your time. And we may have some questions in the end. Thank you for that. So, Professor Nwulu, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Chair. Good.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us. And congratulations on your excellent paper that you've published recently in the JBBA. It's been widely discussed. So yeah, please go ahead.
No, thank you so much, Chair. Thank you for the platform you have provided. Good day, colleagues. My name is Nnamdi Nwulu. I'm currently the South Africa-Switzerland bilateral research shareholder in blockchain technology at the University of Johannesburg. Today, I would like to just share a few things we are doing in blockchain technology, of course, in partnership with the Lucerne University of Applied Sciences and Arts in Switzerland. Our funded research program began in 2023 through to 2027 for the first phase, right? With the option of it being renewed, and it represents a comprehensive approach to blockchain implementation in critical supply chains. And then I would highlight a few of the key initiatives that we're currently working on. Essentially, we are developing an asset tracking model that is an integrated IoT-enabled blockchain platforms that combines real-time asset tracking using smart sensors like NFC, RFID. It also includes a robust document verification system for cross-border trade. It includes a decentralized order management system, and it includes a dual token design for effective governance and transactions. And finally, it has a smart contract enabled autonomous cross-border payment system. So that's in essence what we are developing with our partners in Switzerland. And then we envisage that we'll implement this technology in two vital sectors. In Switzerland, we are focusing on medical supply chains, and the aim is to combat counterfeit medication through blockchain verification. We also aim to control restricted substances with immutable tracking, and then enhance medical trial data management, and then, of course, incorporate elements of blockchain data analytics to foster personalized medicine. In South Africa, which is currently what we are working on, we are transforming agri-food supply chains via the implementation of food safety tracking systems for fruits and vegetables. This also will include the development of livestock traceability systems from the farm to the fork. And then we're also going to, via our platform, also address the critical issue of food waste, especially in fresh produce. And then one of the key focus areas is also to create sustainable solutions for smallholder farmers. But our work goes beyond technical implementations. We have a strong focus on sustainability and social impact. This includes the conducting comprehensive life cycle analysis, considering novel business models that would hasten, for want of a better word, blockchain adoption in South Africa and Switzerland, and that would also lead to the creation of durable employment opportunities. And then especially in South Africa, we are specifically targeting how we can leverage the technology to empower women-headed households and vulnerable communities. And then we are also quite heavily involved in building capacity through education and training. And then speaking of education and training, we are currently in our sphere of influence, expanding blockchain knowledge through, we support multiple PhD and master's students, right? We're also working on industry-focused short learning programs, SLPs, and then we are currently working on a new master's qualification in blockchain technology, with a focus on supply chain traceability, and then the nexus with other allied technologies like AI and robotics, right? So for those interested in walking this journey with us, we welcome international collaborations and research partnerships. We're also actively recruiting postgraduate students in both applied and core blockchain technology. And we are also keen on industry partnerships, for other novel implementations. And then, of course, we are also keen on fostering academic exchanges between South Africa and Switzerland and other allied partners, right? So thus far, what our achievements, we have built, or we are currently building one of Africa's most comprehensive blockchain research programs. Simultaneously, we are also creating practical solutions for real-world supply chain challenges. And then we also extensively publish in journals. And then we are in partnership with the IEEE. We are currently working on several international workshops and conferences in this regard. So I invite parties to connect with us at the University of Johannesburg. We are keen to, like I said just now, foster collaborations, research partnerships, right? And prospective students who are also keen in our vision of using blockchain technology for sustainable development. Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Professor Nwulu. Thank you. A lot of things you're doing. I was making some notes, from agri-food and supply chain to personalized medications, sustainable solutions. Excellent. Very good. So next we have, we'll take some questions in the end if we have time. Next we have Professor Goga, Nicolae Goga. Please go ahead. Can you hear me?
Okay, I am here. Thank you for the invitation. I am not sure. I think that I was supposed to be 5 minutes later, but it's fine. I am a little bit outside because I am an outside person. I will put just a little bit the video just to say hello to everyone.
Hello. So yes, yes, we can see you, hear you. All good.
Nice to have you. I will close the video now. Okay, my name is Nicu. I am full professor at Polytechnic University of Bucharest, Romania. I lead the blockchain group from the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering in Romania. I am also the chair for the whole Regio 8, together with my group from Romania, for the blockchain communities from the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering from US. So that we have several highlights. First, the Regio 8 group, the Regio 8 from the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering cover Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So that we were in charge in helping several groups to to start up in different countries like Saudi Arabia, like South Africa, who has some projects going on with Switzerland. We were also in charge and helping several initiatives from several professors to make conferences on blockchain. For example, we work together also with a group from South California, from International, who leads a whole global effort from blockchain in the site of Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering. I'll give just some example of conferences where we are helping. We had just a conference in Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in two universities, Valley View University and Babcock University in Lagos, under the blockchain participation from the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering. Now, beginning of December, we are going in Saudi Arabia, where we also at the Institute and the blockchain part in Riyadh to a conference there. And so next year, Dubai and some others. There are also the group from Portugal is very active. Will offer courses in blockchain related it's a Horizon project, so that we will cover countries for the whole European Union. As highlights of the research in this domain, we made a PhD thesis regarding using smart contracts in blockchain for recurrent transactions. And because of that, we open a PAR standard in United States 3228 regarding blockchain for recurrent transaction for the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering. What else? We are cooperating here in Romania with the blockchain group from the government that is responsible for the national data to be put in blockchain, and also they are linked to the European blockchain, and so on. I think that in this moment we are quite active, the whole group, trying to help establishing different groups in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And we are one of the most active regions from the whole 10 region, I think, which belongs to the Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineering. We are trying also to put participating in several research here in Romania and internationally in Europe especially. And our research had a global impact by the fact that we started that standard in the United States. We have a close cooperation also with a blockchain group from South California, who is a global effort from the Institute. That's it. Hello, could you hear me?
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, I will stop here. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Just one quick one. You mentioned about managing national data on blockchain in Romania. Is that is that a pilot project, or is that something that is already up?
That's a governmental project of our government. We are in We are cooperating with the group from the government, and we are participating in a. We put down a project proposal now to. We are putting several projects now down with this through this cooperation. And blockchain is used in Romania, and it is connected with European blockchain.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks, Nicolae.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice time.
So next we have Josep, Professor Josep Esteva. Josep, yes, please go ahead.
Hi there. Hello, Naseem. Thank you for hosting this. Just explain that I'm now at the University of Woxan in India. After I've been forward and backward from the academy to the industry in several European universities and several companies. So this time I'm here And back to the academy as a dean, I'm leading the research on blockchain and decentralized artificial intelligence. Concretely, theory on what we call entanglement. Entanglement is, for example, entangled tokens. It's on blockchain or a chain is a new way to make collaboration among digital assets on chain or smart contracts, as with all the new trends of the smart wallets and smart accounts, always with the principles of agency, autonomous agents that run code on chain with some algorithms of AI, especially notably collaboration, collaborative approaches, emerging behaviors, and all this stuff. So that's the approach we're doing here, running few PhDs in this university, and yes, open up our collaboration all the world, apart from the States, trying to find out other regions that will be interested in working together under this paradigm. I said it's a brand new theory that especially trying to get academia ahead to the practitioners that has been happening to so far. My point of view, my humble point of view, is that practitioners are still ahead of academia. So trying to reverse this, not reverse, trying to bypass them with the new theories. That's our goal. I think it's this technology is will reshape the way blockchain and AI, artificial intelligence systems work, and that's the thing we are doing. In brief, of course, I can enumerate several industrial projects we have. Normally we develop on Ethereum-based or level 2 projects, but I wanted to highlight the academic and the research point of view that we are heading towards with this technology. Applications, you name it. Applications of this are transversal, so I will not insist on the applications here, just highlight this academic approach that I hope we find further collaborations in the academy with that. This is it. I'm sorry, I've been brief, but I thought it's better to have one point than overwhelming with all the detailed academy projects and things we have.
Yes.
Thank you, Naseem.
And thank you very much. Thanks, Josep. That was an excellent overview. Some really interesting projects you're doing with decentralized AI, and the point you mentioned about, I suppose we may have time for a couple of questions. I was making some notes. Larisa, are you here? Professor Nwulu, are you here? Just want to take everybody's views kind of on this. What role should academia play in shaping policy and regulation for blockchain technology is a question that was asked earlier this morning. And I suppose it's an interesting question. You mentioned, Josep, that practitioners are still ahead of academics. Academics are catching up. And Larisa, you mentioned the importance of quality research and academia, educating and informing and guiding policymakers and regulators about this new technology. So any thoughts on how we can make it work better?
This is your question to me. How can we make it more?
Yeah, it's a question for all of you, I guess.
For all, right.
Yeah.
I can start probably. I think, again, from the perspective of academic, I think for us, the most challenging part is actually to get access to real world data. So to get access to the unique data that often available only in industry. So only if you go out there and collaborate with industry, we can get access to very useful piece of information that can create very interesting research, because analyzing publicly available data rarely already leads to really innovative results, because the field is so saturated. There are so many colleagues who are working simultaneously on almost identical research questions, especially in finance field. Therefore, from my perspective, the industry collaboration and creating some sort of incentives why industry and companies should and how they can benefit with collaboration with the academics. I think addressing this problem can really make a huge impact on the quality of the research, because I think academics are extremely eager to collaborate with the industry, but vice versa, you know, it's not always straightforward, because there are some IP protection, there are some secret information, data protection policies within the organization. So if to build this very functional mechanism, how industry and academics can collaborate, I think this is the future, and that's what we are trying to achieve now.
Yeah, indeed. What skills do we believe are important? Obviously, there are technical skills, but there are soft skills as well. This was a question that was asked, I think, earlier this morning, for to prepare the next generation of blockchain leaders and professionals. I suppose communication skills, negotiation skills, dealing with conflicting views. I suppose all of these are important, but any thoughts on technical versus soft skills, and how are universities preparing our future generation of leaders? Quick thoughts. Yeah, Larisa, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I think we often, when we discuss in skills in general, we forget that the main thing for us as educators is to grow like a decent, positive people with a high emotional intelligence. That kindness is really underrated. And therefore, we are trying to embed to our students the idea and messages that business ethics, EDI, equality, diversity, and inclusion, all these values are incredibly important. And if students and future leaders will be able to embrace this diversity that is available around the world, this diversity of skills, and can really build the diverse teams, I think this is the strength of any leader who can really, see outside the box and really can understand how to embrace each individual talent in the group. I think with fintech, it's very, very important, because unfortunately, at least in academia, fintech, DeFi, blockchain inherited the old lack of diversity problems from traditional STEM subjects and from finance and from the economics. Therefore, I think we need to do more to ensure that innovative disciplines are innovative, not only from skills, experience, and technical knowledge, but from their understanding of EDI. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you. Professor Alfaroviz joined slightly late, but we can have him. We still got time. So, Professor Alfaroviz, you please go ahead. Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, sorry being a little bit late. Hello, my name is Asaf, and I'm a professor in the Universidad Europea de Madrid in Spain. And I'm teaching the Faculty of Economics, Business and Communication. So first of all, I want to thank the British Blockchain Association for organizing this event and sharing many educational research initiatives of colleagues around the globe. I think it's very important. Today, I would like to present what we at the university, what we are doing in this field, and how our project has been evolving in the last 3 years. So one of our missions in the university as part of our educational model is to introduce non-technical students, like business students, marketing, communication, any social science students, to emerging tools that have the potential to change the way business is done. And of course, one of them is blockchain. So I must say that it's a great challenge to introduce non-technical students to this technology. And for this reason, we have decided in the university to do it directly with one of the most important blockchain companies here in Spain. It's called B2Me. It's one of the largest exchanges here in Spain, maybe in Latin America. And together with them, with their team, we designed a program called the Crypto Challenge, where we opened that program to all our first year students, and we introduced the program inside the subject, so it's something mandatory. The program has 3 phases: the training phase, the application, the competition. So the program 4 starts with the visit of B2Me people from the company to the campus. They, students talk with them. They ask them many questions about Bitcoin. Generally, last time was all about Bitcoin, but in general about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. And then they launch the challenge to the students, and the training phase begins. And they have around 1 month. So B2Me, the company, created an introductory course of about 6 hours about blockchain and Web3. And the most important part of this course is that it's narrated by industry experts and many Web3 startups. So it's not that professors teach the students about blockchain, but directly the startups and many experts from the field. And so in this course, the students learn a little bit the basics about blockchain and Web3. And at the end of this phase, students begin to apply what they learned, and they start the application phase. They do it in groups. The students have to look for a real problem and to address the problem with their knowledge about blockchain. So they have to apply blockchain in order to solve the problem. And the students create pitch deck. We are doing like a pitch deck form. And they present those pitch deck in forms of posters to their teachers. And then in the last phase, the competition phase, what we do is we organize a Web3 poster fair in the university, where all these, it's around 600 to 1,000 students are participating in that. And we bring experts from the blockchain sector and from B2Me staff, and they walk around and talk with the students and ask them about their solutions, stuff like that. And we choose winners, of course, and the best team. We offer the best team a 6-month acceleration program in an entrepreneurial community called the Pioneers. And we started these collaborations 3 years ago, and this excellent collaboration works very good. And we now we have even further collaboration with B2Me, because we won a public research project 1 month ago. So here, professor from the university, we are going to develop with B2Me and another startup a compliance solution for the exchange. And here it's more about research, but we wouldn't do it if we won't collaborate in the educational point of view before. So to summarize, I believe that in order to successfully introduce this technology to non-technical students, the secret is to involve companies from the sector, and it's very valuable for the students this kind of contact with the real world, and it's opened them and of course the university many opportunities in a research level, for example, and many more. So that's it. Thank you, and
Thank you very much, Asaf. Thank you for your time. Excellent talk. A lot of things you're doing in Spain, and I agree with you about the challenge you mentioned to introduce non-technical disciplines to blockchain technical researchers. But it's a good model that I agree with. This is a good model. I think industry, academia collaboration, supporting startups, and actually coming to universities and giving talks. That is the way to go about it. Very good. Thank you very much. So we will have our next speaker, Professor Wiener from Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Zoe, very nice to meet you again, catch up with you. How are you doing? So yeah, so you have 5 minutes. Tell us about Hebrew University. I know you are not a blockchain specific guy, but you have been doing some excellent work in banking, finance, and things. So what's the update?
Thank you, Naseem. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. My name is Zvi Wiener. I'm professor of finance and former dean of the business school at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, the oldest business school in Israel. And similar to the previous speakers, we also have several programs at the business school. As a part of our MBA program, we offer a specialization in fintech. This is the area where traditional finance meets new technologies. We have also opened a fintech center with a generous donation from David Gershon, one of the best entrepreneurs in this area in Israel. And there are many new technologies, not only blockchain, there are many new technologies that are transforming financial services worldwide. From artificial intelligence, big data, open banking, decentralized finance. And of course, blockchain is one of the keystones, one of these promising technologies. It is very often used for recording various financial transactions. The main advantage is the reduction of operational and counterparty risk, but it also enables very often real-time verification of financial documents. It's already used in many areas of finance, from cross-border payment, trade, lending, settlement, identity verification, know your client requirements. It is also widely used in insurance and many other areas. So at the university, we teach a special course which is called Finnovation, like a combination of finance and innovation. It's a yearly seminar where students work on real-world projects. They try to identify a real need, something that people need in the financial world. Then they work on a technological solution, check whether it fits the regulation, and by the end of the course, they write a business plan, which is typically presented to potential investors. In the past, several projects have actively used blockchain. Actually, they are based on blockchain, so let me give you two examples. One example was a team that proposed using blockchain for creating and managing wills and bequests. It was based on a blockchain as the main tool, and it ensured secure modification, access, execution, and verification of records over time. Continuation of this project, we had once a student from China. He suggested how to adjust it to Chinese regulation. It was a second project also related to blockchain. And the third project that I would like to mention was how to use blockchain for real estate transactions, specifically how to keep records of property ownership. This allowed not only keeping ownership records, but also including various rights and obligations attached to the property. It allowed better mortgage rates and loan processing. So these are just a few examples. They illustrate how blockchain is not only reshaping finance, but it became an essential tool in our curriculum. Many of our former students work these days in the industry. Some open their own startups. Several of them have already raised substantial amounts of money for developing new projects. We are very excited about opportunities this presents. We already have a collaboration with several universities and companies all over the world, and we'll be very, very happy to extend our collaboration. All this can lead us and our partners to a better integration of new technologies into curriculum and give our students the tools they really need for further developing many fields of finance. Finally, just as a last phrase, I would like to bring your attention to the Journal of FinTech, which is published by World Scientific Publisher. I serve with my colleagues as the chief editor of the journal, and we always are interested in new ideas, new papers. So anybody who would like to submit your research, you are very welcome to do so. Thank you very much, Naseem, and welcome everybody.
Thank you very much, Zvi. Excellent, excellent talk as always. I suppose we have time for maybe one quick question. And I would invite all of you, the panelists for this session. any research, pressing research gaps currently? Zvi, you mentioned about applications in finance, tracking, digital value, authenticity, real estate you mentioned as well. Any pressing research gap for PhD students, MSc, listening to this symposium today that you would like them to look into?
I would like to suggest a topic which, in my opinion, is very interesting. You see, population worldwide became older. There are less children and people live longer. And many people that belong to the older part of the population, they're not always comfortable with new technology.
Yeah.
They often have more money and they have very special needs. And today, in the world of open banking, when everything moves to a mobile phone, many people of starting from a certain age, 70, 80, 90, they feel very uncomfortable. They feel like they don't know how to use it. It poses significant problems. And I think technology can at least reduce some of them, can improve their life, can improve the quality of services, financial services they're eligible for. And I will be very happy, very much interested to see any research, any ideas in this area.
Thank you. Asaf, any topics for students, researchers, pressing areas which can help economy?
Okay, yeah, I totally agree with Professor Zvi, and I think the adoption of the technology, the adoption of blockchain, it's a very important field of study. Technically, there are many studies related to the technology, but less about how people can use it easily. So I think it's a very, very good research, and it could, and the good thing about it is open for anyone, okay, because you don't have to be really technical about the technology, because you can do it from different research fields. So I completely agree with Professor Zvi about this topic.
Larisa, Josep, any comments?
I agree with both speakers, and also could probably add a quick note that we shouldn't forget people with various neurodiversity issues, for example, people with disabilities, people with learning difficulties. And I think the technology now really provide a unique opportunity to kind of help these people, but also it's our responsibility to protect people from various scams and different dishonest, malicious behavior that could be online. And we need to kind of create a framework that protecting the most vulnerable people in our society. I think it's also very important, and I would like to see more research in this area for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we say people using blockchain technology or any technology, basically they are not, well, they're using the application, isn't it? They're using an app most of the time. So if you show them how to use the apps in a safe manner, in a way that they can understand, and education around that, because technology is often run in the background. We don't need to name them as such, HTTPS or TCP IP or URL. People are just using them all the time. So I think there's a good point you made about inclusion, including groups, disabled and elderly people, as Professor Wiener mentioned. There's a lot of I think this is an excellent area actually for PhD research. I hope those of you who are listening would conduct some kind of a study, understanding, and very elderly population. Absolutely. I mean, the discussions around CBDC's launch. There was this concern that about 20% of the population in the UK is frail and elderly, and they may not even have smartphones. So if you don't even have a smartphone, how are you going to use CBDC? So I think technology accessibility is an issue as well. So obviously you need access to technology first, and then how to use it. So I think this is an excellent area for research. Absolutely. Thank you very much to all the panelists in this group. Excellent discussion. I hope you found them useful. So we will be back. We have got about 10 minutes or so. So we'll be back with the next session at about 12 o'clock. These sessions are recorded. They will be available on our YouTube channel, social media, everywhere. If you want to share about your participation today, please feel free to do so. And we will be back in about 10 minutes time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.